Alright, BGL Season 6, Week 3. Let's go. Oh, this is cool. So we're on a bridge in the middle of nowhere. Alright, well, the car has a front plate. This feels like so... Jeez, my brain is not working. This feels like something that should be, like, identifiable. Obviously, it's going to be out west. I wonder if this is going to be, like, relatively near the Four Corners. Jeez, how do I narrow this down? We saw the car had a front plate, which tells me that it's probably not Arizona or New Mexico. Alright, where do I think this is? Should be like a national park or something. We're on a bridge going this way. I just need to kind of get an idea of what these rivers are. It's like an intersection of three rivers. Three big rivers. On a bridge facing this direction. Here's an intersection of three. There's no bridges there. Could this be somewhere near the Grand Canyon? That's not the craziest thing in the world. But no, that's... Well, alright. This is probably not gonna be a very good guess. Wait, no, we saw the car at a front plate, so it probably wouldn't be Arizona. I don't know where this is. Utah? Like, southern part of Utah? No, I don't know where this is. I'll guess in southern Utah as a region guess. Never in a million years. I'm gonna have to see how many people 5K'd this because, dude, I would have never like been able to 5K this one. Should I have known if was that like a national park or something? Oh, Snake River. I know the Snake River. That travels far apparently. I know it goes to Wyoming. Wow. It's near a state park. Yeah, I can't believe how many people 5K'd that. I guess people recognize the landscape. I don't really think of Washington State when I think of this. All right, not a good start on a round two. A creek. Show me license plates. That's fake. Hint of yellow in the bottom right corner. I think that's Ohio. Kind of looks like an address on the side of that truck, but that's not gonna... Alright, South Michigan Avenue. No front plate there. Alright, so I would guess this is Ohio based on that one plate there. Pennsylvania has similar looking plates with like... In Iowa as well. Iowa and Pennsylvania have yellow at the bottom, blue at the top, but the license plates that I'm seeing, it's really just the one. That looks more like yellow in the bottom right corner as opposed to yellow in the bottom of the entire plate. So Ohio is probably the play here. And I think I would be in... That's a bit less convincing. But it can't be Iowa because the cars that don't have front plates that we can see anyway. Like that's a fake one. So I think it has to be Ohio as opposed to Iowa or Pennsylvania. It doesn't feel enough like Pennsylvania anyway. I think I'm going to go with Cleveland. So wait. South Michigan Avenue 900. Who am I kidding? I'm never going to be able to find that. We can't see the name of the street that we're on. I think I'll just guess like in the southern part of Cleveland, but... Right? There's no other, like, giveaways of what the state could be. I am a little bit... I do wonder if that yellow... I mean, if anything, that would look more like Iowa yellow than Pennsylvania yellow at the bottom of the plate, and Iowa doesn't have front plate. Or, yeah, Iowa has front plates. I think this has to be Ohio, and I'm going to go with, like, just south of Cleveland. Davenport's Iowa, apparently. So it was an Iowa plate. Hold up. How many cars did we see without front plates? One. Okay, that one actually did. Two. See, that one does, but it's like... I don't know. I guess maybe I shouldn't have been so convinced that it was Ohio specifically, but because Ohio removed the requirement for front plates in 2015, so I would be more inclined to believe that there would be more of a mix of front plates and no front plates in a state like Ohio. Same with Utah and Alaska. So that's a big reason as to why I went Ohio as opposed to Iowa. Yeah, I guess that is yellow across the bottom of the entire bottom of the plate as opposed to just the bottom right corner. It's a lot more clear on this car here. Yeah, I guess that's my bad. I feel like I'm saying this every week, but this is gonna be the worst game of my life. Round 3. It's obviously gonna be out west. It feels like Pacific Northwest. Wouldn't rule out California. There's very prominent mountains to our west. Right at the top of that plate, I feel like Utah. Well, I'm not a big fan of all this being blurred out. Okay, let's think this through. Mountains west, very prominent mountains west. Could this be Colorado? Could this just be Denver? I mean, that would make some sense to me. The license plate on this truck, sometimes truck license plates are weird. The red at the top would make me think Utah, but mountains this prominent to the west in Utah, that doesn't seem very likely to me. And I don't think there's mountains this prominent to the west in like Washington State either. Or and also this is way too like sunny and beautiful to be Washington State, let's be honest. Yeah, I don't think it's California or Oregon for similar reasons. I think I'm probably just going to go with Denver. Because how many other places have mountains to the west? It's usually mountains east, like Albuquerque's mountains east, Salt Lake City's mountains east. I'm doing it. Good enough. My logic was sound. It was Colorado Springs, but my logic was sound. That's good enough. All right, decent round 3. On to round 4. Hello, Southern Texas. I don't actually know. Let's find out. Texaco. I don't think that inherently means Texas, but... Howdy. All right, I'm starting to think that Texas is more and more likely. Texas state flag. All right, thank you. Route 90. Oh, well, there's Route 90 there. Where does it go exactly? That's a great question. Let's see if there's any other clues we can gather before just scouring the map for a place that makes sense. Sabinal. Is that the name of the town, I guess? So where's the 90? Alt 90. Oh, that's the regular 90 right there. All right. Apparently it goes parallel with 10. I don't think we'd be this far east. No, let me go back this way. So Sabinal. Past San Antonio, I guess. I think this makes sense. Oh, there we go. Found the town. Do we have an intersection? We are in front of... we've got like 40 seconds. This should be doable. Right next to train tracks. Train tracks right to our south. This direction is north. You have train tracks. So we've got to be somewhere on this stretch, on this road. Now it's a matter of can we find this building. That looks like a post office right there. Anti-A's Antiques. I think I saw something like that out of the corner of my eye. Yes, right there. All right, so we should just be right here then. Yes, sir. Thank you. I feel like I always salvage my score in like rounds 3, 4, and 5. After a really rough first 2 rounds. I imagine we'll have a fair amount of 5Ks on that one because, you know, there were a handful of very useful clues. So, there's very much 5Kable. Final round. Interesting. Body of water. Show me if there are front plates or not. That's what I need to see, if there are front plates or not. I assume not, but I wouldn't rule out something crazy like this being part of the Chesapeake Bay. I don't know what that means on the boat, but that would make me inclined to say Louisiana because the LA. And I was thinking Louisiana anyway. It seemed very possible. Is that a front plate on that car in the distance? I can't tell. And yeah, the glare of the sun, we can't really see the license plates there. There's no telling what that license plate is there. You know what? Okay, this house is a little bit off the ground. I think that's a meta. I think that makes it more likely to be a southern state as opposed to. Granted, they probably built houses off the ground by the Chesapeake Bay too. My fear is just that this is going to be part of the Chesapeake Bay, and I'm going to swing and miss on my own state. That'd be really embarrassing. Do I have any other clues to go off of? I can't read what that says. Like, ultimately, I think Louisiana makes the most sense. Like, I would have said that even without seeing the whole LA thing on the boat there. I mean, it probably does not stand for Louisiana, but all right, well. Oh, sweet. Okay, cool. Whew. I was so scared. I was so scared. That was a really good guess, actually. All right, I kind of cooked on those last 3 rounds. What was my final score? 17.6. This seems to be a recurring theme that I'm scoring around this range, like, every time. So wait, where's that? I rank 17th out of... Ooh, okay. 17th out of 25 is not very good. All right, round 1. So, how did everybody know this was Washington State? Is this just a skill issue? Am I just bad at the game? How many 5Ks did we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I'm going to assume that I'm just bad at the game on this one, and that people just recognize the landscape. Yeah, so anyway, we're going to pretend that didn't happen. Round 2. We're going to pretend this one didn't happen either, but... Okay. Yeah, there's some guesses in Pennsylvania and Ohio. The license plate thing, I would imagine, is a big factor there. And yeah, some guesses in Iowa. So how many people 5K'd this? It was just Beaver and Annie. Yeah, just the two of them. Fair number of guesses in Iowa, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. That distribution makes a lot of sense, given the license plates. This distribution also makes sense, because yeah, I was saying when we spawned in, like, Washington State or California, those were like my first 2 thoughts. And otherwise, yeah, Colorado. How many people got Colorado Springs? Like 5 people in Colorado Springs. Just the 1 5K? Yep. Yeah, dude, Annie killed it in this game. We'll talk about it in a minute, but... Yeah, okay, everybody getting Texas here. Most people seeing Route 90. Okay, actually, the real question, how many 5Ks were there on this one? Right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, I think? Was that 19 out of 25 at 5K this one? Yeah. Round 5. Jeez, everybody had the same idea of this being like southern Louisiana. And Annie was able to 5K it, basically. Technically, it was a 4.999K, but... Yeah, so bro had an absolutely incredible game. 4 5Ks and a 4,999. Basically a perfect game. First time ever in a BGL challenge. That is the all-time record for a single round. All right, I'm recording this well after the fact. I'm actually about to do the week 4 challenges in just a minute. But so yeah, week 3. Historical performance by Annie on Wisconsin. And Wisconsin needed all the points they could get this week. They beat Sacramento by like a few thousand. Smallest margin of victory on the week. Is it the smallest margin? It's not. No, we had a smaller margin of victory in week 2. Wisconsin versus Sioux Falls. And a couple in week 1. Yeah. As for us, Mile High Express, we lost again. So, you know, rough season this year. Starting off 0-3, I believe. Also, I'm just noticing this now. Wisconsin had like a perfect game, and they still weren't the high. They were the number 3 scorers on the week. Pittsburgh put up 86,000. What's the highest that we've had on a single week up until this point? Wow. Okay, you know what? The fact that we had so many high scores this week tells me that this was just an easier seed. That's what this means, if we're being honest. Still doesn't take away from like the near perfect game, though, obviously. And here's how the standings are looking. Do we have a chance if we win out? Yeah, if we win out, it is possible. And one of Colorado or Sacramento loses out, and then we'd have to also beat them in a points tiebreaker. It's gonna be rough, but you know, we'll see how it goes. Are Pittsburgh and Wisconsin both already clinched? Technically, Green Bay could overtake one of them. Technically, but Green Bay, but Pittsburgh and Wisconsin, they're both so far ahead of everybody else. They've definitely clinched the 2 spots in the East effectively. Meanwhile, what's up in the minor leagues? Haven't really taken a good look at the. Oh, okay. Actually, I guess I should mention something. So there is a bit of a mass exodus of players in between weeks 2 and 3. I mean, it was during week 3, so some players who left still had their challenge results recorded. That's a long story. We don't really need to get into it here, but basically we have a lot of new faces. So on Mile High's minor league team, we've got my friend Nesso. He joined the team, so that's pretty cool. And we also added Maverick to the team, who already seems to be really good. So our minor league team is killing it. I should really add minor league to the standings, the minor league standings to the. I should do that right now. No, I'll do that at a later point, because if I set up minor league standings, then I'm going to have to put in the minor league acronyms, because right now, if you'll notice on the minor league tab, I've still got the major league acronyms. That's a simple fix. I should just go ahead and I'm lazy. I'll do that later. That's what I've been saying. I've been telling myself that I'll do it later for a while now. But point is, we can just look at all these at a glance and be like, Mile High in week 1. Okay, our minor league team actually lost in week 1 and week 2. Okay, you know what? But things are looking up. And here are the overall leaders for majors and minors. I'm totally gonna have to sort minor league by total and not average, because we've got three Mile High guys at the top. I don't know. I don't know what's more fair to do. Sort it by total or average. For now, we'll keep it on average. Whatever. Maybe I'll change it by the end of the year. Damn, I've got to step it up. I'm on too big of a contract to be 19th out of 32. I really need to step it up. All right. So do we have a shot at the playoffs still mathematically? Who do we play next week? Next week, week 4, Mile High plays Minnesota and then Colorado. Okay, yes, maybe we do still have a chance at the playoffs, but yep. I think. I've got a feeling that we're probably not going to make the playoffs this season, but we'll still give it our all weeks 4 and 5. Anywho, see y'all next week.